Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet an infinity scarf. The free written pattern can be found on my website at julesandjones.com, and the link for that will be in the description box below. Let's get started. You will need 500 yards of a worsted weight number 4 yarn. I'm using Yarns Brunswick in Berber Tweed, which is a natural wool and cotton yarn. You're also going to need a 5.0 millimeter crochet hook, a darning needle, and a pair of scissors. Let's get started. The first step in crocheting our infinity scarf is to make a slip knot. So go ahead and take your yarn, wrap it around your finger twice, take the back piece, push it over the front piece, then take the front piece and push that over the back piece and over your finger. Then pull tight for a slip knot. Go ahead and grab your hook, insert it through the loop, and pull tight one more time. So now, since we have our slip knot, we want to go ahead and chain 38. So to make a chain, you just wrap your yarn over the hook and pull through. That's one chain. That's 2 chains, and now continue to make 38 chains. Alright, I just finished my last chain, and so now we're going to start our first row. So for our first row, we want to make a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, so go ahead and insert your hook into that second chain, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 2 loops. And that's how you make a single crochet. And so now we want to skip the next 2 chains, 1, 2, and make a shell stitch in the following chain. Now for the shell stitch, you want to make 5 double crochets. So go ahead and yarn over, insert your hook into that third chain if I'm counting from here, 1, 2, 3, and yarn over again, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. And that's how you make a double crochet. Now you want to make 4 more double crochets in that chain. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, so now we want to make 3 more double crochets for a total of 5. That's my third one. That's my fourth one. And then my 5th one. Alright, so you should have something that looks like this. Okay. So now the first row becomes very easy because we're just going to repeat those two stitches that we just made. So we're going to skip the next 2 chains, 1, 2, and in that third one you're going to make a single crochet. So go ahead and insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops. Okay, and now we're going to make a shell stitch. So skip the next 2 chains, 1, 2, and then go ahead and make your shell stitch, which is 5 double crochets. My first double crochet, my second one, my third one, my 4th one, and my 5th one. So you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so now just continue to repeat that little stitch pattern until the end of the row. So you're just going to skip the next 2 chains, make a single crochet, skip the next 2 chains, and make your shell stitch. Alright, so I just finished my last stitch for my first row, and so now we're going to start row 2. So for row 2, you want to go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to make 2 double crochets in the first stitch, which is your single crochet from your previous row. So go ahead and yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through the last 3 loops. Now go ahead and make 1 more double crochet for a total of 3, because that chain 3 counts as a double crochet throughout your work. Okay, so now we're going to skip the next 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and you're going to make a single crochet on top of that shell stitch. So go ahead and insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through those last 2 loops for a single crochet. So you should have something that looks like this. Okay, and so now this is where our repeat starts for the first row. So we want to skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and make a shell stitch into the next stitch. So the shell stitch, you want to make 5 double crochets. just like row 1. So go ahead and make your 5 double crochets. It's my second one. It's my third, my fourth, and my fifth. Okay, once you have done that, you should have something that looks like this. And so now we're going to skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and make a single crochet in the following stitch. Now you just want to continue to do this, continue that little repeat until the end of the row. So you would skip your next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and make a shell in the following stitch, so 5 double crochets. So you're going to skip your next 2 stitches and make a single crochet. So just continue to do that until the end of the row. Alright, so I just finished my last stitch for row 2, which was 3 double crochets, and so now we're going to start row 3. So for row 3, you want to go ahead and chain 1. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to make a single crochet in that first double crochet. Okay, so here's my first double crochet, and go ahead and make a single crochet. And now we're going to skip the next 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and make a shell stitch in the following one. And our shell stitch is just 5 double crochets. So go ahead and make your 5 double crochets. So that's my first one. Here's my second one, third one, my fourth, and my fifth. Alright, so I've just completed a shell stitch, and so now this is where our repeat starts for our pattern. So it's very simple, it's very similar to row 2, but we're going to skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and make a single crochet in the following stitch, and then you want to skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and make a shell stitch in the following stitch. So your 5 double crochets. So here's my first 2, my third, my fourth, and my fifth. All right, and so just continue to follow that repeat until the end of the row. All right, so I just finished my last stitch, and that is going to be a single crochet, and you want to make sure you make that single crochet in the turning chain. Okay, and so now for rows 4 through row 121, you're going to alternate between rows 2 and row 3. Okay, so your following row, which would be row 4, would be just a repeat of row 2, and then the following one after that, which is row 5, is going to be a repeat of row 3. Okay, and so just continue to do that until you've reached row 121. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it, and then I will meet you right back here once I've completed my scarf. Alright, so I have just finished my last row of shell stitches, and so now we have one more row left. So this is going to be row 122, and so we want to go ahead and chain 1, and we're going to turn our work. Okay, and so now for this row, we are just going to make single crochet stitches. So we're going to find our first stitch, which is right here, and we're just going to make a single crochet. So for a single crochet, you just want to insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over one more time and pull through. And that's how you make a single crochet. Now, continue making a single crochet in each stitch until you reach the end. Alright, so I'm working my last single crochet stitch. Okay, so now that that's done, we are completely finished with the crocheting part of our project. So now we need to whip stitch our 2 sides together. But first we need to make a knot here so our work doesn't come undone, and we also need to leave a long tail end because our tail end is going to be used to whip stitch our 2 sides together. So first what I would recommend doing is cutting our long tail end in order to pull our yarn through to tie a knot. So to make sure we have a long enough tail end, we want to go ahead and just measure our scarf. And I just like to do it like this. I put my yarn like so, and I just do that twice, just so I have enough yarn to whip stitch. Okay, so now go ahead and cut it. Okay, and so now we can stick our hook back into our loop. We're going to yarn over and pull through. Alright, then pull one more time to secure the knot. And you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so now we are ready to whip stitch our two sides together. Okay, so the first step in whip stitching our two sides together is you want to go ahead and flip your scarf over so your tail end is now on the right side. Alright, and so once you've done that, you want to go ahead and grab your darning needle and you want to go ahead and insert your tail end through your darning needle. And then once you have done that, you are going to just grab your two sides together, make sure they're perfectly on top of each other and just make sure that they're aligned. Okay, and you're going to go ahead and insert your darning needle through the first stitch of the back piece. Just insert it right through. Alright, pull it a little bit. Then you want to take the darning needle and go through the back and then through the front. And you want to use your single crochet stitches as a guide. Okay, now go from the front to the back and just continue to do this until you reach the end. Alright, so I just finished whip stitching my two sides together, so you should have something that looks like this. And so now all that's left to do is just make sure you weave in any remaining ends and then just flip your scarf inside out so it hides the seam. And then that's it. Now you have a really cute crochet infinity scarf. So I really hope you enjoyed making this pattern with me. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!